All right, welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this invisible battle, a battle that's being fought every single day for your business. We're going to uncover the hidden strategies companies are using right now to keep you from walking away.
So think about this for a second. What do your bank, your phone company, and even your Netflix account really have in common? I mean, sure, you use them all the time, but behind the curtain, they're all locked in the exact same high-stakes war.
Yep, that's right. They're in a constant, never-ending battle to stop you from leaving them. And you know this battle? It has a name, and it's quietly shaping almost every single thing you do online. And that battle has a name: customer churn. In simple terms, it's just the percentage of customers who stop using a service over a period of time. It's when you decide you've had enough and you leave. And for any business that relies on subscriptions, churn is their absolute biggest threat, their public enemy number one. So how big of a deal is this really? Well, just take a look at the telecom industry. It's super competitive. The annual churn rate there can get as high as 26.5%. Think about that. That's more than 1 out of every 4 customers just gone in a single year. That is a huge hole for any company to try and fill.
So with a threat that big, how in the world do companies fight back? Let's kick things off with something you probably deal with every day: your bank.
You see, the old school traditional banks, they are really feeling the heat these days. They're getting squeezed by all these new digital-first fintech companies, like Revolut or Monzo. These new players are grabbing the attention of younger customers who just see traditional banking as kind of old-fashioned. So what's their secret weapon in this fight to keep you? Well, they're doubling down on something I bet you're already very familiar with: loyalty and rewards programs. But they're getting a lot more sophisticated.
Now, these programs, they aren't random. They're specifically designed to nudge our behavior, and they usually come in 4 main flavors. You've got your classic points-based systems where you earn points for rewards. Then there are tiered programs where the more you spend, the better the perks you unlock. You've got simple cashback, and then there are coalition programs where they partner up with airlines or stores. Each one is designed to make you feel valued and make it harder to leave.
Okay, so to make this super clear, let's look at a real-world example: South Africa's F&B and its e-bucks program. It's actually a pretty simple process. First, you just qualify by using your account. Then you start collecting points for doing specific things, like using Tap to Pay. The more points you get, the higher up the tiers you go. And finally, you get rewarded with actual real value. We're talking discounts on flights, groceries, sometimes getting back up to 3 times your monthly fees. And, this isn't just some marketing gimmick that people ignore. A big study by KPMG found that 61% of us find it extremely or very important for banks to come up with new ways to reward us. The bar has been set. Customers now expect this. Okay, so that's how banks use rewards to keep you around. But let's shift gears to your evening wind down with, say, Netflix, because this is where the fight for your loyalty gets really personal. 80%. Just let that number sink in for a minute. A whopping 80% of all the stuff people watch on Netflix is because of its AI recommendation system. That means it's not just some nice-to-have feature, it is the absolute core of the entire Netflix experience. But here's the thing: Netflix's AI, it goes way, way deeper than just suggesting what movie to watch next. It's working behind the scenes in ways you probably don't even notice. Like, check this out. It personalizes the little pictures, the artwork that you see. The system literally analyzes every single thumbnail you've ever clicked on. Did it have a certain actor, specific colors, an action scene? It learns what you like to look at, and then it shows you custom artwork for other shows that it knows you'll be tempted to click on. It's wild. And get this, it even optimizes your stream quality as you're watching. The AI actually predicts how good your internet connection is going to be and preloads the content. This has cut down on, that dreaded buffering wheel of death by up to 50% on phones. So it's fixing a problem before you even know you have one. Pretty slick, right? So what's the payoff for all this super deep personalization? Well, by predicting who might be thinking about canceling and then hitting them with the perfect show recommendation, Netflix has cut down on churn by up to 12% in some of its biggest markets. I mean, in the brutal streaming wars, that is a massive win. And all of this really brings us to the core tech that's hiding behind the curtain: the science of predicting that you're about to leave, sometimes before you've even made the decision yourself. The best way to think about it is like a weather forecast, but instead of rain, it's forecasting your loyalty.
companies are using what's called predictive analytics to calculate the probability that you're going to churn. Just like a meteorologist tells you there's a 30% chance of rain.
So, what kind of ingredients go into this personal churn score of yours? Well, their AI models look at dozens of things. Your contract type, are you month to month or locked in for a year? How long have you been a customer? How much do you pay? How often do you log in? Have you called customer service? Did you finish the last season of that show? All these little data points get mashed together to paint this incredibly detailed picture of how engaged you are or aren't.
Okay, so this score gets calculated, and then boom, every single customer gets sorted into a risk category: low, medium, or high. And this, right here, is the game changer for these companies. It lets them focus all their energy, their special offers, and their attention on the people who are most likely to walk away.
This is what allows them to finally be proactive instead of just reactive. So instead of sitting back and waiting for you to hit that dreaded cancel button, they can jump in first. They can hit you with a special offer, a little reminder about a show you haven't finished, a personalized email designed to pull you back in before you've even packed your digital bags.
Okay, so after all that, what does this invisible data-driven battle for your business actually mean for us, the customers?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it? On the one hand, all this AI stuff leads to services that feel more personal, smoother, and more relevant. Your bank rewards you for your habits. Netflix feels like it's reading your mind. But on the other hand, it's all fueled by analyzing huge, and I mean huge amounts of our personal data.
And that really leaves us with this huge, critical question we have to ask ourselves every time we tap, swipe, or stream. As these companies get to know you better than you know yourself, are you just getting better service, or is it becoming a new kind of digital manipulation? That line between the two, it's getting blurrier every single day.